4, 3, 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us today in giving a warm welcome to a culinary sensation and a returning guest, Chef Coco Black. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you might remember her from her captivating experience and appearance on the original podcast that I had, the I Am Phenomenally Me podcast, hosted by myself, Shet Germain. And since then, our host, myself, I've embarked on a couple of new journeys, including launching the Shet Show, Abundance Conversation, in honor of my mother, who tragically died from a chronic illness at the age of 29. I was one, and I never really got a chance to celebrate her life. So I wanted to start the Shet Show in honor of that. So today we have the pleasure of celebrating together and catching up with one of the one and only Chef Coco Black. So this is episode 13 of the Shet Show, Abundance Conversations, culinary excellence and entrepreneurship, catching up with Chef Coco Black. And Chef Coco Black is no stranger to accolades, with an impressive 6-time award-winning record under her apron. Originally hailing from Portsmouth, Virginia, she now calls Charlotte, North Carolina home. As the owner and operator of Savory Sweet and Chic LLC, Chef Coco has carved her culinary niche, including the world, to the delectable, chic, crazy line of signature sauces, dry rubs, and compound butters. Yes. But that's not all. Chef Coco Black also graced the airways as the host of the previous nationally syndicated radio show, Eat Radio, or EAT Radio, with Chef Coco Black on iHeartRadio. Her culinary prowess has earned her the endearing title of the Serena Williams of the culinary game. Listen, Chef Coco Black takes pride in her culinary odyssey, offering each client an exceptional, chic chef experience. Her motto: if it's not from scratch, it's not Chef Coco Black. Right. So get ready for an episode that promises to be a culinary journey of excellence and entrepreneurship. Whether you're a food enthusiast, a budding chef, or simply a lover of great conversations, this episode is delectable for everyone that is here today. So let us join and come welcome Chef Coco Black to the Shet Show, Abundance Conversations. How are you, beloved? I've talked enough. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself in your own words? Tell us who you are, where you come from, and what brings you to the Shet Show today. Chef Coco Black, the mic is yours, beloved.
Okay. Hi, Charlotta. First, let me say thank you for having me again. It is my pleasure to be here and chop it up with you. I had an amazing time on the first podcast. The Phenomenally Me podcast was amazing. The Shet Show has been amazing since you started. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I am Chef Coco Black. I am a 37-year-old mompreneur from Portsmouth, Virginia. And I just love food, all things food and food services. I have been in love with this journey since a teenager. And, you just keep it pushing, keep going, and wait to see what it is God has for me next. I'm excited to be here with you guys.
Well, this is such a delicious journey, pun intended. I'm so excited to be having to just dive right into these questions. So without further ado, Chef Coco Black, can you take us on a flavorful journey of your 20-year culinary career? What exactly inspired you to embark on this delicious adventure?
Well, actually, when I was growing up, my mom had a long-time boyfriend, and his mother lived in Clarksville, Virginia. It's like this really little small country town in Virginia. And she would literally cook, like nothing I've never seen before, from the time that we woke up, like we woke up to the house smelling of fresh biscuits and jams and jellies, and she would just always cook everything from scratch. I was a really chubby little girl, so I love whenever we would go there, and she always like let me go with her to the strawberry fields and pick strawberries with her and things like that. And one day she made this coconut pie, and it was like nothing I had never tasted in my life, and I just fell in love, like completely in love with cooking and the whole process of it, because she was so passionate about it. Like you can just see her face light up as she was doing it. And I like I said, I was a little chubby little girl, so I'll be the first one up in the house when I smell the food. Like I'm up and I'm in the kitchen with her, and I'm letting her explain to me what she's doing. I'm just watching her and in total shock and awe. And I just knew that it was something about food that I wanted to be in my life forever. And when I found out it was a way for me to make a living doing it, I was on it. I was like, Mom, this is it. Like, I want to do this. I want to do this. So it really just, it started from me being about 11, 12 and noticing how happy, food made people, especially me. And getting that experience of seeing someone do it from scratch, I knew that that's what it was that I wanted to do.
Listen, I'm gonna try to have no salivation. I don't even know if that's a word. Talking about those homemade biscuits in the morning in the country, I can only imagine the layers of deliciousness that you. Listen, I'm just my 600-pound life in my mind. I'm her, man. I love food so much. So all right, shut your mouth, Shaletta. Shut up. All right. Now, so. Let's talk a little bit about your brand. I'm sorry, before we get into that, as a seasoned travel chef, you've likely explored diverse cuisines worldwide. Can you share with the audience one unforgettable culinary experience or destination that left a lasting impact on your cooking style?
Well, I'll say experience. I used to work at a resort that was online with the Chesapeake Bay. So we had fishermen come in, all the time, giving us fresh fish that they would catch, their catch of the day. And they would never charge us. They just wanted to see what it was that we could do with their fresh catch. And one day I had this fisherman come in. He had about 45 monkfish. At the time, I had never seen a monkfish in my life, not up close and personal. And I didn't realize how huge they were, first of all. Like their mouths are the size of your head, literally, just the mouth alone. And I had to break down these fish and break the fish down. And they were like really... It's so much glub and glob. If anyone ever broke down a monkfish before, they understand what I mean. But it's like so much fat and slime, and it's not nice. But I literally loved it. Like I literally loved it, and it was so different from anything I had done before at the time. And it just, it stuck with me. That was when I was what, 22 years old when that happened. That moment literally has stuck with me throughout these years because, first of all, I had never seen anything as disgusting in my life. But the fact that I was going through them so fast, like once I got the first one done, like getting through the other 44 was just like muscle memory. I was doing it so fast, and the other culinary extern students, they coming up and they watching me. They're like, "Oh my gosh, she's filleting the fish so fast, and she's doing it that fast." And I'm just got stuff flying everywhere, and it was like a whole experience. And that would literally be something that has stuck with me through all of my life, because I had never imagined being able to take on a fish the size of myself. I'm small. If anyone's seen me in person, I'm 4'11", so I'm small. And the fish was definitely about half my size. So I had to do 45 of those things, and that memory has stuck with me forever. That memory I don't think it's never gonna leave. But yeah, that would be probably the one.
Yeah, man, I can only imagine. I was just actually envisioning that with you, with your little self, and filleting something about the size as you. That would be a very interesting sight indeed.
Craving.
Chef Coco Black, I want to talk a little bit now about your brand, the Savory Sweet and Chic brand. Your journey led you to the creation of the Savory Sweet and Chic and your signature sauces. Can you share your story behind how this brand was born and what makes it unique in the culinary world?
Well, Savory Sweet and Chic was born basically. At first, I was a restaurant chef. I loved everything about the restaurant industry. Um, Actually, when I first started, I had this. My idea was to become a Michelin star chef. I was one of those chefs with the white coats and the tall white chef hats. And that's the world that I wanted to be in, the fine dining world. That's what I thought, I wanted to stick to. But as the years went on and I was doing it, I came to find that I was more of a more laid back chef. I was more of someone who likes to create the menus and do things like that. And it just naturally pushed me to becoming an entrepreneur, doing it for myself. After working at a private owned restaurant, I stopped doing fine dining per se, and I went on to private owned restaurants and helping restaurant owners kick up their menus a notch and leveling up their experience so their guests could have a consistent experience and keep coming back. And I noticed, oh, you're winning awards for these people. Your menus are winning awards for these people, but you aren't getting that push. Like your name isn't getting put out there. It's just the owners. And I realized, Coco, you know what? It's time to stop doing what you're doing for them. Stop doing it for everybody else and do it for yourself. So I came up with Savory, Sweet, and Chic. First, it was just Savory, Sweet, and Chic private chef services because I wasn't offering like caterings or anything like that. But then the demand for catering grew. So, I just opened it up and, it's just Savory, Sweet, and Chic LLC. And we do all things food and food service. And I just love it that way because I'm able to really express myself in the food. I'm able to give the clients what it is they want. And I'm really indecisive. Like, I don't like to be stuck to one type of food. Like, I don't want to be stuck on one type of cuisine. So in my company, we offer all things food and food service. So it really doesn't matter if you want soul food or if you want seafood, if you want authentic Italian food, authentic Mexican food, I do it all. So that was the biggest reason that I decided to go for myself. And the thing about us that puts us away, that sets us apart from any other company, I would say it's because my slogan tells it all. If it's not from scratch, it's not Chef Coco Black. That means everything from your seasonings to your sauces, your dry rubs, everything is coming from the talented mind of Chef Coco Black, and you can't get it anywhere else. You can have the same dish somewhere. It's a million ways to make a crab cake, but you're not going to have my crab cake anywhere else but from me. The way that I do things, I'm really specific in how I do things. I have at least 5 ways of making one specific dish that you can't have anywhere else. But for me, I literally love to come up with recipes. So I think that'd be the main thing about us that's different. Everything you get from us will be from scratch. And everything you get from us would be literally something that I created in my mind. The way that you're getting it is how it's coming from me and nowhere else.
Ooh, y'all hungry yet? I know I am. Listen, scaling a culinary brand can be just as challenging as cooking up the perfect dish. What strategies and lessons have you learned while expanding your brand's reach?
The biggest lesson I'll say is to really find your target audience. We can be out there marketing and promoting to every and anybody, but the reality is every and anybody isn't the target audience that you're looking for. They're not who is looking for your product. So you have to really know who your product is good for, what type of people it is that's looking for what you have to offer. And I would say that would be the biggest thing, because I've misplaced a lot of money just, marketing to the masses, just everybody. Here you go. Just trying to give it out to everybody, trying to get it to everyone. When you just really need to hone down who it is that what you offer, who's looking for exactly what you offer. So that would be my biggest thing. You can save a lot of money just by knowing your target audience. And if you don't know your target audience, that's like the first thing that you need to just like drop everything and figure that part out. Because like I said, every customer isn't a customer for you. And, that's fine. And that's with any industry. You need to know exactly who it is that you're marketing to, that's going to receive what it is you're trying to give.
For aspiring culinary entrepreneurs, can you dish out some essential ingredients for success in the competitive food industry?
Yes. Passion. Let it be something that you're really passionate about. Being a chef sounds fun. I know TV makes it look like it's so much fun, but it is really, it's an industry to be in, y'all. Like I've been in this industry for 21 years, and it's so many ups and downs, so many highs and lows. You get a lot of people knowing you, and you just have to be passionate about it, because first of all, you're going to be known way before the money comes in. You're going to have to really love what you do in order to stick it through, because now that we have the internet, now let me just say this, because when I got in the industry, none of this wasn't a thing. You weren't being able to get yourself out there. You had to actually be in front of people. I would just say, make sure you're passionate about it, because you do have to work. It's not something that's going to come easy. You're going to have to really want to do it for it to take off the way you want it to take off. And just make sure you're passionate about it. Make sure you love it. Make sure you're good at it. Because if you're not good at it, then that just says a whole nother thing for itself. You got to make sure that those things are, I would say those are the first 3 ingredients to becoming a great chef recipe. Passionate, make sure you love it, make sure you're good at it. Then after that, make sure that you have time for it, because it's so time consuming, especially if you're taking the route that I'm taking, cooking from scratch. This is a world of instant gratification now. Cooking from scratch isn't an instant gratification thing. It's something that takes time, patience, and love you have to put into it, to make sure that it's exactly what you want it to be. And so I would just say, make sure you're passionate, make sure you love it, and definitely make sure you're good at it, because the world gonna let you know if you're not good at it. And then we're gonna be able to tell if you don't love it. That's just we're gonna be able to tell that, because you're not gonna really care about how you do it. So those would be my first 3 major ingredients to becoming a great entrepreneur chef.
I love it. So as an entrepreneur, I think this is a great segue. What's your secret recipe for balancing creativity in the kitchen with the demands of also running a successful culinary business?
I think my recipe is, like I said, I'm really indecisive when it comes to the type of food that I like to make, because I love to do everything. So for me, it's me really honing down on myself and saying, okay, Coco, we got to reel it back in. You can't do 60 dishes in the one thing. And just to let myself know, I'm always constantly telling myself, that you're great at what you do. Just keep doing what you do and be true to what you're doing. That's what I'm constantly telling myself. And I think that gets me far, because like I said, in these last 21 years, it's been a lot of ups and downs, and not allowing myself to be blinded by the wins. When you allow yourself to be blinded by the good things that's happening, then it's easy for something, when it's not good, it can trick you up and, make you feel like this isn't what you should be doing. But it's always ups and downs. So that's what lets me know, that's what keeps me grounded, keeps me going, keeps me successful, knowing that losing is a part of winning. Like you cannot win without the losses. Like it's not gonna happen. And then the losses makes the win so much sweeter. I'm telling you, like when you constantly lose, and you get that one big win, it makes it all worthwhile. And it shows you that you're doing what you're supposed to do to keep going. So like I said, just knowing that the losses are a part of winning, and failures are a key part of success. I have failed multiple times, and now I'm in a place where failing isn't an option anymore because I've done it already. You're going to fail at least 2-3 times. I need y'all to know that it's going to happen. You're going to fail at least 2 or 3 times. But if you keep going, then you get to the position and the point where it's like, it's nothing but up from here because I done already seen the downs. So what is it that you're going to do to keep yourself going and make sure that you're going up? Which comes back to that being passionate and loving it. You got to. There's no way around it.
I love that you talked about the failures as a part of the successes, because as entrepreneurs, sometimes we think that everything is just kind of tiptoeing through the tulips. But there was a story about the product 409. I don't know if you've ever heard it, that inventor, he attempted that thing 408 times before he got it right the 409th time. And we quit after 2 or 3 times. So to be built with resilience is not for everybody if you don't have a passion to do it. And the key ingredient for all things, which is love, that might be a topic for another discussion, but don't bring your food out if you angry, because Charlotta not going to eat it. And that's a fact. That is a fact, Chef Coco Black. So as we end up kind of wrapping up this episode, I want to talk, we talked a little bit about the entrepreneur, the mompreneur, having the passion. We talked about the sauces and what you make your ingredients from scratch. So beyond the sauces, what other creative culinary projects or innovations have you explored in recent years that have allowed you to express your culinary artistry?
I would say it's probably sound a little funny, but I would actually say hosting the radio show. When I hosted EAT Radio, it gave me a new look on the culinary industry. It gave me something that I hadn't done before, and I was able to put in my love for music and food into one thing. And so I would say definitely the radio show, because I got to spread my knowledge. I love giving out random culinary tips. I call them chic tips. And I was able to do that in a fun atmosphere and know that it was reaching so many people and helping a lot of people as well. So doing the radio show definitely was one of the things that I've done recently that put me in a position to give me another love for my culinary industry. I love talking about tips and recipes on the radio. I love getting questions about it. I love coming up with my songs, coming up with the songs for my sauces and things like that. And just giving random food knowledge. It may sound so simple, but a lot of people don't know certain stuff that you would think, oh, well, you should know that if you're cooking, but a lot of people don't know. And a lot of people aren't, seasoned cooks. A lot of people are trying to get in the kitchen and whip something up for their family, and maybe they don't know how to cook. But on the radio show, I had my chic tips that I would do. And then I had my in the kitchen moments where I would go ahead and literally like break down knowledge about safety and sanitation, knowledge about how to cook the perfect mac and cheese, how to make the perfect gravy, things like that. And at the same time, while I'm doing that, you're getting some great music being played and some great topics at the same time. So that was definitely something different for me. And it gave me a nice new look at my culinary industry and how I could help in a different way. So yes. That would be it.
If you've not tapped into Chef Coco Black, I don't even know why you are eating the foods that you're eating. It's just, it's a thing. It's somebody to know, Chef Coco Black. And my last question for you as we end up wrapping up the show is, tell us about the culinary trends or experiments that are currently sparking your creativity, and how do you see these things influencing your future creations?
Well, I would say the trend of cooking on the internet. I would say that because Charlotta knows this about me, but everyone else might not know this about me. When I first met her, I was not for, the whole internet, doing the lives and things like that. I've gotten better at it since, but I still don't cook, much on the internet. I still kind of just go live talking or things of that nature. But I'm really loving the new age internet chefs, I'll call it. Like, I love their ability to get up there and cook and, create in front of an audience that's virtual. And that is, I'm getting better and better at that. So that is becoming more and more of a necessity for me to do. I'm trying to push myself, like, Coco, make these reels, go ahead and get these recipes out there to them, go ahead and show them how to do this and how to do that. And I think that's really big for me. I think that's really huge because I'm a creature of habit. I like to do what I do, how I do it. And just the fact that that's not something that I'm used to doing, I'm definitely implementing it more and more into my brand. And y'all going to see more and more of me. Y'all going to see me start cooking. I got a podcast that's supposed to come out in October, but I think I'm going to push it back to like December because I'm still a little nervous about it. But it will definitely just be, me cooking and giving out great recipes. And it's basically like cook with me. So y'all can be up there cooking live with me and seeing me do my thing. And I'm really excited about it. And that's going to be something that's really big for my brand, I believe. I believe that's going to be it. So shout out to all the internet chefs because y'all done got me. I'm on board. I'm on board now. And it's going up. And I'll be doing it with my sauces and products as well. So I'm really grateful for that because that'll be another way of showcasing the Chic Crazy line of signature sausage, dry rubs, and compound butters. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's one of our compound butters right there on that picture. Some of our sauces in those pictures. And yeah, so we're going to be doing those things. We're going to be producing some great upscale Southern cuisine on live. So you guys can cook with me
Yes.
or and try to do it yourselves, all that good stuff. So that's definitely something that's new for me and it's coming soon.
Oh my goodness. I can hardly wait. Well, I'm telling you, Chef Coco Black, you never cease to amaze me. You've been knocking it out the park since I met you. And I'm telling you, when we're talking about somebody that has a passion for something, I've never, even in the midst of all of the shenanigans that I've posted across my socials, and if you ever join my page, you'll understand what I'm talking about, right? Part of my soul tribe. Chef Coco Black has always been consistent with her brand. She's dropping jewels. She wants people to succeed. She wants people to grow. She wants to, she's earned the right to be called the Serena Williams in the culinary streets. So I want you all to really tap into her. And before we get out of here, Chef Coco Black, I've put some things across the screens. I actually put up the wrong tickler. I'm sorry about that if y'all caught that. Figure out how we can get that edited out. However, I'd like you to tell the audience how they can reach you, where they can find you, where they can order from you, where they can pull up on you, right? Where they can have the mob squad be fed, because it's some love that definitely needs to be in these culinary streets, especially post-COVID. Food is comforting, right?
Definitely.
But if we can do that with integrity, we can do that with sanitation, and we can do that with a lot of love, I feel like we can reach a lot of lives. So tell us where they can reach you at, how they
Okay.
can find you.
So you guys can reach me on Instagram at Chic Chef 31. That's CHICCHEF 31. On Facebook, it's Coca Black. I know what it says on the stream right now because that is exactly how you spell it. But for some reason, Facebook was hating. They didn't want to give me my other O. So it's going to be COCA Black on Facebook. And Savory, Sweet, and Chic, that is our website. You can catch me at Savory, Sweet, and Chic. The "and" would be like the letter N. So Savory, Sweet, and Chic is our website. You can go up there and you can find out anything you need to know about caterings, cooking lessons. We have virtual cooking lessons on demand up there. So you can go up there and buy a cooking lesson 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, you can do that. You can also contact me and get an inquiry page about caterings or private chef lessons, private chef services or traveling services. Or you can just, inbox or DM me. Either way, I am going to be there. I'm going to answer. And, contact me. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. It's always something to see. And I love to talk back to my followers. So definitely Chic Chef 31 on Instagram and Coca Black COCA on Facebook or Savory, Sweet, and Chic website.
Well, I always like to drive them to your website in case Facebook and Instagrams decide they want to act a tail, know.
Sweet and Chic,
so y'all go visit her website, leave a review, send some digital currency, right? Schedule an appointment, right? Got the holidays coming up, right? Order a bottle of sauce, some rubs, do something. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and you definitely want to get, the holidays is coming up. Thank you for saying that, Charlotta. The holidays are coming up, you guys. I got the Chic and Smoky Barbecue Spice Rub. Well, I call it AKA Triple P seasoning because it is great for poultry, pork, and potatoes. It will turn your turkey up. You don't want to cook a turkey without it. I promise you don't want to cook a turkey without it. So definitely go to the site and check that out, as well as the sauces. Great for everything.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today on the Shet Show, Abundance Conversations with the incredibly talented Chef Coco Black. What an inspiring and delicious journey this has been. And Chef Coco, your passion for culinary innovation and entrepreneurship is truly awe-inspiring. And we are so grateful here at the Shet Show for your time and the wisdom that you shared with us today.
I appreciate you having me.
No problem. Before we wrap up this delectable episode, I want to take a moment to express our gratitude to our amazing audience. Your support fuels our mission to bring you these empowering conversations. So if you've enjoyed today's episode and would like to contribute to the growth of the Shet Show, we invite you to consider making a donation to our channel. We never charge our guests to come on our show, so we do this on our own dime. And so your support helps us to continue to bring these engaging and informative conversations. So no amount is too small, and every contribution goes a long way in helping us expand our reach and create more content that inspires, educates, and uplifts. And remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Make sure that you connect with us on social media. Share your thoughts and stay tuned for more incredible episodes that empower you to live your life to the fullest. Again, Chef Coco Black, thank you for joining the show. And thank you all for being a part of the Shet Show family. Until next time, keep embracing abundance in all of its forms. Always keep thriving. Never, ever give up, no matter how dark it looks. Remember that your success is inevitable, and that is a fact. All right. So we'll see y'all next time on the Shet Show. We'll see y'all next time on the Shet Show.
Yeah.